Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to put together these Ninja Turtle cookies with some edible images, so stay tuned and I will show you how. Here are the things that you will need: a square or round 3-inch cookie cutter, some edible images, any food coloring that you like, and some white roll icing. Alright guys, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and ice my cookie. You see, about that size, and I'm going to completely flood it in. Just a little bit more. And go ahead and spread that out. You don't have to be perfect because this will be covered. And then go ahead and peel your edible image. And you can find these edible papers and ink and all that on eBay or Amazon. You will need a separate printer for that. You can't use the same one that you use for your home or office. I have a separate one for that, and edible ink cartridges, and then you can find these Lux edible paper also on eBay and Amazon. And I'm just going to run my fingers to the side to get rid of this excess here, and then I'm going to put them to the side to dry just a bit so I can put my shell border on top, and that'll be all. Alright guys, to make the border on this cookie is pretty simple. I've done these so many times with my edible image cookies, and that's just the border with a shell border around it. I'm using a number 16 this time. I think I usually use a number 25, which is a thicker border, and that's because I like to fill in the edges of the cookie. But in this case, I did do my image a little larger than I normally would, and it's taken up almost the entire cookie. So when I pipe on the border, I do go over some of the image there, and to avoid that, I'll just have to use a smaller tip. So this is a number 16. I do have one here that is more of the size that I really want it to be. And as you see, this one is very, very large. So I'm just going to go ahead and pipe a regular shell border around it. For the circle ones, I just did some star shapes with the same tip. I just piping up all around. I didn't do the shell border because it's just kind of harder to do it this way and having to turn it and go around. Not difficult, not impossible to do, but I thought I'd just give it a easier way to do it and a different way of decorating it. So that's that. And then, so now I'm going to go ahead and pipe the border at the bottom. And I am using a pretty thick consistency. And just going to go all around. I usually start at the bottom and then at the top, and then I just do the sides afterwards. And since I did make my image a little bit larger, I am covering some of my image, which I didn't want, but for some reason I didn't check my measurements when I was making the prints, and I ended up making the print exactly the same size as my cookie. So just make sure if you print them out to make them about ½ inch smaller, that way they're not all the way towards the edge. Okay, so that's pretty basic, and I'm just gonna do the rest of them, and you can use any color. I'm just using a little bit of a neon green because it does kind of stand out. I have a lot of bold colors and I have a lot of greens in it, so I wanted to use something that would pop and stand out. You can also use like a yellow. The blue is okay too, but I think this green, the neon green, makes it stand out really nicely. I decided to go ahead and make the star design just so you can see how it's done. In case you're wondering, it's just a pipe and lift, pipe and lift, pipe and lift. And can see that I'm just covering pretty much all the edges of the image, and that's what I want to do, that so they won't, you know, it won't be seen from the sides of the cookie. And as you see, it doesn't take up too much of the image. That's why it's important to have your image a lot smaller than your cookie. And that's it. Very, very easy. And it looks really neat. So that way you can have 2 different designs to cover your cookies. So now I'm going to go ahead and let them dry. Alright guys, they're dry and ready. So I hope you like how they turned out. You can search up these pictures on Google and then just put them in editing program, size them up to the size that you like for your cookies, and use your edible ink, of course, and your paper, and you can go ahead and cut them out and paste them and decorate them as you wish, and you can do them for all kinds of occasions and themes and all that. And that is all, guys. I thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And have a good one.